I'd like to welcome you guys to a well overdue Let's Build Part 8. I'm so sorry that this episode has took so long, but this build has been complicated and massive, so I hope you can appreciate how much time went into this king quarters. And in this episode, I'm going to show you how I built these twin towers. The stairwell you can see to the right in the smaller tower, and the main king's quarters to the left. Sorry it's a little bit dark at the top of the castle, I'll light that off camera, but that's all to come, so we might as well begin. What we're going to open with today is just a quick time lapse of the entire frame being built. I didn't feel like I needed to show you this because it was really time consuming getting this right, and it would have took so long. Later in the video we do get a third person time lapse actually operable, this is something else that took this episode so long to come out. Been messing with different camera techniques, but that is all in the midst of the middle of the episode. But as you can see, I'm just built this template here and with these spheres, and basically just built these two towers. As you can see, they're incredibly tall and impressive, which is what I needed them to be for the king's quarters. What we're going to do here is just quickly, you're just going to see me fill in the sides of the walls. I'm just going to fill in one wall, so you can see obviously it's not too much of a big deal. I just fill it up with stone, and then as if by magic our movie maker will just fill in the rest of the tower. I really did not want to show this because just watching me build big walls is boring. I wanted you to see the more intricate decorative pieces. So as you can see, both towers now have had the template built and the walls filled in. What we're just going to do now is we're going to add some of these decorations I spoke about. We're just going to get rid of this layer of actual stone. Because what we're going to do is, as I always say, I like the variation of the different shades of grey. This is something, obviously, it's going to be carried on. The king's quarters is part of the castle. So these variations and contrasts of the shades of grey will be used. So the outside frames of all the windows are actually in this part of the build going to be done with these double stone slabs. A very common building technique. As you can see, I just do two of them again. You can just see that's exactly how we do the rest. We are actually going to create the more window shapes later on, but that is again all to come. At this point in the build I was just happy with that, but later on I think, you know what, this needs to look even more impressive. The exact same style has been followed on the stairwell, and as you can see we're just now zooming into the castle. What we're doing here, now here we go, that's when I thought, no, Jesus Christ, this needs to be much more epic than what I'm currently making it. So I made these triangle shapes which are carried on, look, again throughout the entire castle. Show you two examples of how to do it, and then I do it myself. Again, we've made plenty of windows in this entire Let's Build, so now we've filled it with windows. This is panes because they just look more natural and realistic, something anyone could easily accomplish if they wanted to. Now what I'm going to introduce you to is something I'm very happy about. Third person camera. Finally we've got it working. We've got two computers running side by side, so I can build on one and record on the other. Obviously the recording's being done on a more powerful computer due to, you know, the higher frame rates running on shaders. But what I'm just doing here, in fact, is lining up the windows. I'm actually using a range of little styles here just to see if I can get it working. So as you can see, I'm just filling the top layer in, so we have like a rectangular shaped window and filling it in with stone bricks. This just adds a more contrast in the colours and makes the windows a much more natural shape. As you can see, what I'm just using here is stone stairs, stone brick stairs, because this adds an overhang to the window and again looks more natural and more realistic, to be honest. We're doing a really fast speed up here because what I've done is, you might be able to tell, I've removed the top window here. You can see it just below me there. I'm removing all the top level windows because at the beginning in the opening you saw that decorative detail I had at the top. So I'm raising the entire castle, this main tower by 4 more blocks, and now increasing, I'm just putting these stone slab pillars down and an upside down stair beneath them just to smoothen it off and add this effect at the top. This is an effect I was happy with. It just added a bit of contrast, a bit of variation, a bit more epic like luxury to this entire tower. As this is the king's tower, it needed to stand out. I'm not going to build every single tower in this castle on camera. In the next episode, you'll see more towers have just appeared. I'll explain why, because I don't need feel every tower's going to be pretty much really similar. So I've saved it for the king's quarters just so you can see the most epic one being built. As you can see down below us, what we're doing here, we've got a stone brick floor. Then we'll put in an outer line around the edge of double stone slabs, and then a red carpet, luxury again for the king. The red carpet's been moved all the way through his corridor, and now it's being moved inside here. Sorry for the lag, this isn't my computer at all, because I recorded at normal speed, obviously. What it actually is I've sped this up to like times 168 on Movie Maker, and it can't quite comprehend the gap, so you get these quick breaks, but it speeds it up by so much you don't have to see. I can show you them all being built, how they're all built, pardon me, but without you being bored and taking forever, because this here was a 40-minute chunk, would you believe? 40 minutes this actually took. But yeah, as I was saying, so this main epic King's Tower is being built. The other tower is going to be built similarly, but I don't want to show you building every single one, because that just takes so much time out of our Let's Build. In the next episode, we're going to move into building the Great Hall, but more on that later. As you can see, as we pan down, sorry about this inventory check, I'm not really sure why I did that, but as you can see, panning down, you can just see the vast red luxury carpet in there, filled with mobs, because we've not lit up the area inside there yet, because this tower is so big that light only comes through the windows we're looking at now, which is a big problem. What we're going to move on to now is just building the archway bridges. As you can see, just filling on the inside with double stone slabs as the flooring, and then we're going to build this archway. This is a very simplistic design, because I couldn't really, I varied many different ones, but I didn't want to use wood in this king's quarters, because it's not as luxury as stone. So as you can see, just building as we did earlier, some upside down stone slabs up beneath to make that smoother shape, and then on top, like either side, we've got a stone stair just to make an extra shape. As you can see, I do vary about a little bit with different styles, but nothing too major really. As you can see, we're going to move on and build all the rest of them in the exact same style. So I do believe I skipped this, because you don't need to see it all being built. But as you can see, we've just got an archway, and it makes a very nice luxury shape, and it's all symmetrical as it rises up. As you can see now, what we're just going to move on into here is actually lighting up, because as you can see, it's absolutely filled to the brim with mobs. This is not something the king's going to want, so we're going to put an extra set of windows in. This is something I didn't plan. I planned these. You might not want to know, but basically, this Let's Build is a big build, and I don't want to be wasting time, if you know what I mean. So, normally, I plan out, I'm going to do a few sketches and plan out actually how I want it to look first. But this was completely off the rails. I thought, shit, I've not accounted for all the mobs that spawn, and you know, I've got to do something about this now. I didn't really take time, because I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible, because it's been over 2 weeks since the last Let's Build, which is so. As you can see, basically, we use a double stone slab for the outside again. But what we were going to have here was a three wide window, a quite large window to be honest, but this is just the side of the castle. It just doesn't look good if you look at it. It just does not fit in there at all. I zoomed out and thinking, you know what, this is not my cup of tea really. So what I do is I destroy these two sides, because they do not look good. Overall, when I do finish it, you may have noticed when we did the very first intro, that I actually do a style which does look effective in this castle and suits the rest of the windows that are being built. I mean, well, I can't, here we go. What I'm doing here, I'm just using this, I could just use stairs here. I do actually go and replace that. You see where I'm putting the slabs instead of a stair? I do go and move a stair in there later. But just putting slabs there for now. I just create this simplistic design, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? A layer of these up all the side could actually look quite effective. So as you can see, what I do here is I just zoom in and place torches again to further enhance this light. 5 high, we are off the floor and at the rim of it where every single window is going to be. Obviously there's going to be 4 of these windows put in each corner of the each room, but as you can see we have a much better lit room. There is the center which I'm going to have to deal with off camera. I think I'm just going to put a skylight in the roof, bring it all the way through the castle. But as we zoom out here, we see the third person camera, and you just see me making 2 more of these, one more above it, just to show you how it looks really. You'll just see this happen in a minute. I don't think I'll light it up actually here, but then as you can see, just 2 on top of each other looks so impressive really. I think they just work as like a nice pillared effect, and I'm not really sure how to describe it. I think it works really. You can just see more of them built below us now, but what we're doing here, again at incredibly high speeds, we're building the roof. I want a quite sharp incline to the roof, so instead of just being a smooth little stubbly triangle, what I do is I put a stone stair layer, then 2 stone bricks, then another stone stair layer on top of them, then 2 bricks. So it's 2. There's a jump of 2 each time, which creates a more pointed feel to the overall roof. This was 30 minutes of footage sped up here, so you're lucky. The amount of time it takes me to do it, the amount of time it takes you to watch. This has been cut down to a 10-minute episode, because when I was doing it, I was thinking, bloody hell, this is going to be a long episode. But with all the speeds up now and this third-person camera, as you can see, we just create this incredibly effective roof. I am, in the next episode, obviously still going to use, I'm just putting a window actually here in the side, just worth to mention, just to add a little bit of extra detail. But overall, actually, it's been a very quick episode, I'm afraid, due to the speed up and stuff, so you can see, but as you can see, the little